Hello there, and welcome back. Now today, we are concluding our trifecta of great new releases this week with the newest album by Jon Batiste, known as We Are. Now, I've specifically chosen to address this one last because I was so impressed with the quality of music in this album that I decided to take a little bit extra time to properly digest what I was listening to, and goddamn, is it tasty, and even, I dare say, spicy. For those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, we all know I'm a fan of blues. We all know I love old school, rhythmic, emotional music. And in the past year or so, I've really come to terms with my fascination and love for the genre of soul and even gospel. As you have known if you've been watching the past couple of uploads that I have put up in the past, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks or something like that. And the album We Are absolutely ticks all the boxes as to what I've been looking for in some really captivating music. It is a fun, emotional, groovy album, and it really is a collection of all things soul, in my opinion. It ticks the boxes of variety, it shows some vulnerability, really tackling some delicate issues. As such, it really tackles the matter of activism within music, which is something I really push for and I support wholeheartedly. And most importantly, this collection of songs is emblematic of the idea of community. Although the name on the album is Jon Batiste, he works in collaboration with friends, orchestras, bands, and even choirs to get a mix of interesting sounds and find new and creative ways to layer his music. So, without further stroking the ego of Jon Batiste or myself in a certain way, let us jump into the music. So I just need to cover... Well, that's a good song. Oh, excuse me. Now, although you may just think you've just caught me red-handed reading my notes as I was making my video, what you do not in fact know is that I am truly bang on in the middle of a game of Luigi's Mansion on my Nintendo Switch, which is how confident I am as to my opinions on this video. So no more backsass. If you happen to like my style, my signature debonair, you may want to consider subscribing, by the way. We're very close to 69 subscribers, and tip of the hat to the first lady or gentleman to get me there. That'd be quite classy. Alrighty, so I think the best way to start things off is to start looking at some of the best songs, some of the best entries into the album to get us an idea as to what we're talking about. Now, I really loved the song We Are, the title track. It had a moving use of choir and all these lovely voices calling out in unison with the hook of the song. Absolutely stunning, really emotional, and it went hand in hand with the percussion so well. It was really using this sort of almost militaristic, very austere drumming, which really got me into the dimension of thinking of a sort of march, a sort of protest, a sort of activism, a sort of speaking out for something, an indignation of sorts. And given the scope of this album, coupled with obviously recent events in political history, I think that's very fitting. Another excellent song is Boyhood, with the guest appearance of my guy, the man, the myth, the legend, PJ Morton, who I have been praising for, at this point, weeks on this channel. Seriously, go check the bloke out. Magnificent artist, and he comes in here to bring us some lovely keys, some tasteful orchestration, and really excellent work there. Adulthood as well, kind of carrying on with a nice little progression. If you remember my review of the Kings of Leon album, one of my main problems with that album is that it didn't really have much of a progression, and I'm happy to say that We Are thematically really just hits all the boxes for me. It just keeps on progressing and expanding in its scope, and that's fucking great. So seriously, Adulthood, just working with a lot of horns, working with a lot of dynamic layering techniques. It's beautiful, great song, a lot of energy, love it. And then you can listen to Freedom and sing, and there's so many good songs left on the album to talk about, but I think that the best one is Movement 11. Seriously, this song is not only the best song on this album in my opinion, it is a beautiful display of keys. A tasteful ability to use the keys. And we all know that in pop culture and pop music, if there's two things that are all reliable, so to speak, if an artist doesn't know what to use in a certain song and they want to keep a chill vibe, we all know that they're going to use the keys or an acoustic guitar and just use that to accompany their voice. And here, the voice fucks off, it's just keys, and there's a beautiful fusion of classical music with modern influences as well. You have these cascading and melodic lead sections which get you into these really interesting chord choices which have a lot of dissonance to them, and it really is an interesting mixture which works well and has a lot of flair to it, and it's really, really fun. This album really, to me, feels just like what happens when you put a trained musician, hardened in gigs in pubs, bars, clubs, and you just put him in a recording studio and just say, anything in here you can use, and this is what he comes up with. Great, great fucking work here. Beautiful. And on the note of influences and inspirations, I can really hear there's so many levels, there's so many elements that go into this music stylistically. You can hear a fusion of soul, rap, blues, gospel. Just to mention some of the greats that I can hear sort of having an imprint on this young man's style of music. You can hear some Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, Aretha Franklin, Nina Simone, Charles Bradley, Curtis Mayfield. You can even hear some Bill Withers with those 16th note percussive little bits, the very reminiscent of that sort of pre-funk Use Me type of song. Very, very tasteful, and even a bit of Sugar Hill Gang in a way, because there's some integration of rap in this album as well, but it's all, in my opinion, very tasteful. It's not isolated, it's not arrhythmic, it just fits very well within the flow of the music, coasting along with the melodies, and it fucking slaps. All in all, beautiful album, and I don't know if you've gathered this so far, but I don't really love prog. I respect it, I respect the need to want to look for something more in music, but in my opinion, this type of orchestration, is the apex of what I think is truly beautiful music. If you get bored of a certain genre, if you get bored of a certain style, want to look for something more musically challenging, my way to do it is just what happened here. Find creative ways to layer, to add new elements to simple music and expand it to something that much more impressive than what it was. So fucking kudos, beautiful album, go fucking listen to it right now, I dare you. Support a dude who really deserved it, and you can tell a lot of work went in this record. That's it. Very serious video, I know, but I really like the music and I wanted to just get my opinions out there because this album merits any attention it can. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Go listen to the album. If you liked my personal style and flair, please consider subscribing. We are very close to 69 subscribers, so tip of the hat to the first man or woman to get me there. And again, the quality business, it's going to be taken care of, but you know, I just need a little bit of time. So again, thank you very much for bearing with me in this time without making me feel bad about it. Seriously, thank you so much. All's been good. And remember, stay classy, internet people.